There's a gun. There's a gun on the television.
May I kill him?